Good evening, everyone. Arnie here on the Pepper Madness channel, coming back at you finally. Holy smokes, it's been such a long time, a little over 2 months since I've made a video. Oh, busy, doing all that stuff that I've talked about before. You know, tree trimming and removal, a little bit of horse training stuff, and a lot of knife making. I'll show you guys the. This is the third shipment that I'm going to be sending off here real quick here to Will over just in time prepping. Had some problems there before with licensing and proper licensing, I guess, for export. That's all sorted out, and now of course we've got the postal strike thing happening. Supposedly that's going to be sorted out here with the government, I guess. So yeah, everything will be good. There's two big, huge parcels that I went and sent off to Hupel's Cats. I talked to Will, and he had asked him if I could send them over to him, and then he'll take the knives out that were for his giveaway and send them down, send the rest of it all down south to Will. All right, Hupel's, give me a shout about that. They should be there like any time now. All right. Anyways, what I want to talk to you guys about in this video today is what I don't want to talk about, like like Pete from Canadian Arctic Radio was saying today. It was, I don't want to talk to you about prepping and politics, but I'm going to talk to you about prepping and politics. All right, so a big problem we're having here, especially in Canada, is that there's all these peripheral things going on around us. Things like, I'm looking over at my list. Things like illegal immigration, unemployment, piles and piles and piles of things. But and I'm going to get into a list of that here just shortly. But like I was saying, that those are the things that are in the periphery, or rather are the symptoms of what the core of the real problem is, in my opinion anyways. So I'm going to share that with you. So I guess I could say the name of this video would be "Symptoms are the indicators of a problem, not the problem itself." Okay? And again, we should never voice a problem without first coming up with a solution to the problem. So this would be mine. Okay? So I'm not saying I can solve world hunger or anything like that, because frankly I don't give a damn about world hunger. I care about Canada. Okay, this is where I live. I don't care about anywhere else. And we've all got to stop this white guilt and oh, let's go help these people, let's go help those people. Okay, I'll shut up for a bit. All right, so I got a short list of the symptoms. All right, so as I said before, we have illegal immigration happening here in Canada. People from third world countries are flying into the States and then crossing the border from the U.S. here into Canada, and they're just walking straight across. They're not going through the proper steps for legal immigration, and our federal police force, the RCMP, are acting like luggage handlers and helping these people across and carrying their bags for them and transporting them off to free housing and everything free that sustains life, including healthcare, apparently. Yeah, this is just on to me. That's a terrible thing. And it's not free. I pay for it. You pay for it. You know the deal. All right. Another problem is government-sponsored monopolies. Okay, so we've got large corporations such as Ontario Hydro, We've got some of the oil sands outfits. Actually, probably most of them are government subsidized. Our timber industry is government subsidized. That's why Trump and it's not just Trump, but before him, almost every president that comes in the States puts a higher tariff on our softwood products because we are being subsidized by the government to produce timber. Yeah. Okay. Bombardier, another big one. Oh, terrible stuff. Okay. Freedom of speech. Right. So we're getting told now that we can't say certain things, and they label things racist that don't have anything to do with racism, and yeah, it's just garbage. You guys all know what I'm speaking of there. Of course, overtaxation of everything, and this is so that we can pay for. Well, our government itself has become an industry all on its own, with socialization of just about everything, just almost everything that we have is been over socialized, and they all seem to be concerned about well, this has to be fair and that has to be fair. Well, I've got news. Okay, I've got news for you. Okay, some people are tall, some people are short. Okay, is that fair? You tell me, right? You know, there's some basic truths out there. Okay, there's always going to be the rich, there's going to be a middle class, and there's going to be the poor. Now, the gap between the poor and the rich, okay, does not get helped by giving free shit away. Okay, that doesn't help. It never has, and it never will. Right from the Roman Empire on down to today. Government stepping in to shorten the gap from the poor to the middle class, or between the poor and the rich, doesn't work. Never has, never will. All right, moving on down. Over-regulation, both on a personal level and in business. Government likes to get in there, and like I was just saying, they want to do good, right? When all they have to do is stay out of our pockets and stay out of our lives. Okay, it's just it's total crap. Okay, it's total crap. You guys all know this. Of course, education. There's another problem. Government run schools again, right? So it's everything. They're in everything. It's I know. I say it too much. I say it too often, right? Of course, government media monopoly here in Canada is horrible. CBC being one, it's a joke. The CBC, CTV, Global, all them jokes, just simple jokes. And no freedom of speech there. Believe me, that is just awful. Yeah, I want to laugh, but I want to cry at the same time, right? So, of course, a lot of this stuff will lead to. I'll skip that one. I'll do that one at the end. Okay, so we have an over concern on environmental issues. We're putting the environment above ourselves. All right, and I'm going to get into that here a little bit later. It's gotten to the point where where a tree is more important than a human being, where a blade of grass is more important than my son's or my future grandchildren's futures. It's more important. It's unbelievable that these things all grow back. Very, very strange. Of course, there's a higher emphasis on feeling rather than fact or rational thought. Just because somebody feels offended doesn't mean that you have to go running to daddy, which would be government. Oh, so you got to go running to them to for help. I mean, wow, that's crazy. It's just crazy. Whereas common law sorts all that out. We're all equal where we are supposed to be all equal in the eyes of the law, and it's just not so. There are people who are more equal than others. It's absolutely nuts, and I know you guys have the same problem in the States too. And of course, all of this leads to extremism of belief, right? So you've got these people that say they're conservatives, yet they're not. Liberals like Sir Wilfrid Laurier were far more conservative in their views than the conservatives of today. Far more. And the liberals, well, they're Bolsheviks. It's crazy. It's crazy. And socialism kills. Like last century, I left this in a comment over on Canadian Arctic Radio's last video. Socialism is responsible. Socialism, communism, whatever you want to call it, same crap. Socialism is responsible for, some estimate 90 million, some estimate high as 120 million. I'm going to stick with the 90 million in the last century through starvation, outright execution, prison camps, deaths in prison camps, and in incarceration in other prisons. It just leads to death on a wide, massive scale. And for example, the cultural revolution in China. Just look at that. How about Stalin, Lenin, all their purges and pogroms and the collectivizing of all the farms in Ukraine, kicking people off their land, and wow, I mean, this death toll was amazing. Just Pol Pot. So I just can't see how anyone can think it'll work, and then what you get is people going, oh well, that'll never happen here. Well, it's happening, folks. We are there. Okay, we are there. So what I would say, as far as these are just the symptoms I've talked about. So what I would say, as far as preparedness goes, quit looking at the MPs, quit looking at the CMEs, quit looking at all that garbage. Go to your representatives, your members of parliament, your MLAs, and go there. Don't just do up petitions. Get people together. Even if it's only 4 or 5 people, and go to their offices in your towns and your cities and go, look, enough's enough. Enough. Okay? Stop this crap now, or we're not going to vote for you. You have to do it. You got to do it. No matter what you feel. If you feel sorry for these immigrants, don't feel sorry for them. They are not refugees. If they could get on a plane, fly to the States, take a $1,000 cab ride to the border, and walk across in better clothes and better luggage than I owned, and then get sent off to hotels and motels and whatever housing, kicking students out of dorms, for crying out loud. So I mean, wow. So they can come here and sponge off of us, off of our wealth. They're stealing the wealth of this nation. All right? And I can't even blame them as much as I blame this government. Not just this government, the conservative government, the NDP, the Green Party, all of them gotta go. They're all criminals. All right. After that little rant, let's get to what the problem, in my opinion, is. Here is the root core of this problem. And I've said this many, many times in private conversation. I might have said it. No, I haven't said it in any videos, but I'm going to say it now. All right. So there's two big problems. Two very, very big problems. One is the deification of the government. Okay. Every single time there's a problem, we blame it on the government, or we look to the government. Oh, oh, almighty government. Almighty government. Please fix this problem for me. My God. What a sick, oh my, I can't even voice it. I have probably made this video about 7 or 8 times, and I've finally calmed down to the point, after about 2 or 3 weeks, I've finally calmed down to the point where I'm not banging on the table or wanting to smash my head on the wall. Okay, so this is calmed me. Okay, all right. So the deification of government, we have to stop looking up at the government as if it's some sort of messianic, as if they have all the answers. Okay, because I'm going to tell you right now, most of these guys, from what I've seen, because I've been watching YouTube videos and you know, on Question Period, and I've been watching some of the MPs' own personal YouTube channels and stuff. Most of these guys, okay, whether they're criminals or whether they're involved with some sort of criminal activity while in government or out of government, or not, or whether they went there to do good, okay. Most of them, from what I've seen, aren't all that bright. Okay, they're not that smart. These people are not the Aristotles of this age. They are not. They're definitely not Einsteins. They're not the leaders that we need. They're not the intelligentsia of the country, where they can look cold and hard at things and go, look, we don't have the money to bring in unskilled and pretty much unteachable refugees or immigrants, whatever you want to call them. All right, it's just such a load of crap, and these people don't even want. They don't even want to assimilate. They don't even want to assimilate into our culture. They don't want it. And this diversity of strength is a load of crap. A total load of crap. There is no such thing as everybody's differences making a huge strength. No such thing. No such thing. There has to be a commonality of some sort of belief. Okay? You can talk about Christian belief, that's fine. Or you can go with free market. The two kind of intermesh a bit. Okay, I'll shut up on that one. I could go on forever. Okay. Now, the last item here I'm going to mention is what I believe to be the platform of our rights, and that is the inalienable right to private property. Without private property, all right, you have no freedom of speech, because with no private property, you have no platform from which to speak from. Okay? No platform from which to speak from. You don't have freedom of the press because you have no place to print from, or in this day and age to get on the internet. Okay? You have no real place. The right of movement from point A to point B without papers. That's a big one, and that is in our Constitution. Although our Constitution is worded in such a way that we are persons, not individuals. We are legal entities, not living sentient beings. It's this whole straw man thing. I'm sure you guys have all heard that before, but it's true. That is the way it is. Oh, good, the heater turned off. Without private property, guys, there is nothing. Okay, you have no rights. You have no real rights. You have nothing to stand on. There's nothing for you to stand on there. Without private property, you have no say in government. All right. So like, I would propose something like, if you're not the owner of if you don't own private property, you shouldn't be allowed to vote. End of story. I don't think you should be allowed to vote because you have no stake in this country. Not yet. And if you want private property, well, then you have to work Right, yeah, you got to work and you have to earn it. You have to earn the money that you need to invest in the wealth of the land. All right, so that's about all I have to say on this, I suppose. I'll have to edit a bit of it. It looks like 20 minutes long. Anyhow, guys, I'll give you a quick shot of a bunch of stuff here that I've been working on for my third package being sent to Will. The first and second ones haven't even reached there yet. I'm really choked. very choked about that. All right, I'll just give you a quick boot and down. Yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff in various states of finish. Right, got a bushcrafty knife right here. Got a hunting knife. I already sold this one, so yeah, that one right there. The tiger wood handle. I'm gonna go get some more of that wood. Got another rasp knife. Okay, there's a whole bunch in those packages that I sent already. So if you guys are interested in them, just go. When Will gets them, he'll let you guys know. Yeah, some more of those. Okay, and of course a bunch of knife blanks and another cleaver. This is the third one. I finally got this design down pat to where they're all going to be uniform. This one here, yeah, it's another cleaver over there. Oh, bunch of stuff. Okay. With all that being said, and all the almost yelling, you guys, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving down there in the States. Everybody take care. God bless. See you later.